What's good? What's good? What's good? YouTube universe. Fizzleman1, Fizzleman signing in like always. Fizz and Friends Gaming. We here live with Madden Stars, and we got the wild card weekend going on still. We got 6 games for this weekend. We here in the second game. We have coming off of a big first game where the Browns and the Colts went at it, and the Browns took that W. That's here to talk in the Madden Stars. And if you don't know Madden Stars, we here to compare real life and Madden Stars. So in real life, we're here to talk about these two teams. As you don't know, and if you do know, and as I brought my attention back to remember, if I haven't brought it back to the season, as we here worrying about Madden Stars MVP Russell Wilson. I be tripping about them niggas. Russell Wilson, you feel me, is the MVP in Madden Stars this year, coming into this season. And in real life, if you don't, so pretty much MVP Lamar Jackson, you feel me, is coming here to go against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And in real life, the Ravens lost to this Pittsburgh Steelers in real life twice this season. It's horrendous to see that they lost. They didn't play them, I think, in the playoff. I don't even think the Steelers made it. It's horrendous because in Madden Stars, the Ravens dominated the Steelers, and we looking to dominate again in a big fashion. This is a big game. We gonna have this game coming out looking nice, and pretty much you already know, in real life MVP Lamar Jackson. We got this going down as a dub. And if you don't know me, this is Fizzleman Picks Lounge. And anytime we hear Fizzleman Picks Lounge, we always talking about who Fizzleman picks. Fizzleman pick the Ravens, as you can tell by the controller. And we use the overall as a fan voting, and you see it's a fair 49% matchup in votings, and more for the Steelers. Keeping it clear to you guys, this is a rivalry game. We're coming in to the third matchup. It is 2-0 here in Madden Stars for the Ravens, and in real life it's 0-2 and nothing else. So if the Ravens beat them, it will be the opposite in real life for this matchup here in this season, coming into the next season. And we're gonna see the Ravens dominate again as they're the top of the day division, running through, coming down in Baltimore. Let's go. And like, I don't really remember the records, but I know the Steelers didn't make it to the playoffs. I'm not too sure if they did, but I don't think they did. And then the Ravens, I don't know the Ravens records in real life, but yeah, you already know the Steelers got a better records here, and the Ravens, I don't really could tell you, you know what I mean? But you know, we're gonna get this game going. Ravens here running the division. Let's go.
Today, from M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, it's the AFC WILDCARD round on EA Sports. We'll see Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens taking on Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the home of the Ravens. Sold out M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Straight ahead, we pull the curtain on the postseason with an AFC wildcard matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, that's really all I need to say to get you fired up. It's the postseason on EA Sports.
And no one's more fired up than the guys who are going to be playing in this game. This is what they fought for all year long. Go back to the OTAs, the mini camps, training camp, throughout the season to get to the playoffs. The intensity level will be off the charts.
To kick off for Baltimore.
The NFL playoffs are officially underway. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. The Steelers set to go on offense, and it is the big man, Big Ben, number 7, Ben Roethlisberger, ready to lead them.
And this is one of the great stories of the NFL 2020 season, now into the playoff season. Ben Roethlisberger coming back from elbow surgery in 2019. Hurt in the second game of the season. Not only did he make it back, he made it all the way back and took his team back to the playoffs. Big Ben, very tough in the playoff situations. 13-8 in his career, including 2 Super Bowl titles. But you have to go back to 2016 to record his last playoff victory. He's trying to get back in the win column again in this one.
And able to give one man the slip there as he works his way forward for about 3.
He was
Brandon, all things considered.
Man's just trying to get it right, you feel me? I was just trying to get onto this, you feel me? And I was trying to make sure the stream was going well, you feel me, guys? So, you know, it's like a little mini commercial break right now. Every loading screen pause, you know, as such. And, you know, I'm sorry for the extra pauses. I'm just, you know, trying to catch up, and I'm just gonna get it right.
They go play action with Roethlisberger. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too.
You always worry about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. A run for Snell. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
the ball carrier.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
It's a gain of a yard.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Blitz came there from the inside, and there just wasn't much resistance.
No, not at all. That means that defensively, they timed it up perfectly and matched up perfectly. They drew all the blockers to the other guys, left a free runner back to the quarterback, and you know what a free runner turns into?
What?
A free hitter.
On 4th down, Dustin Colquitt on to punt for the Steelers. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Ravens offense going to work, and as usual, it's Lamar Jackson, the former MVP of the league, at the helm.
And what an incredible start to a career for Lamar Jackson. Remember, he was a unanimous MVP of the NFL in just his second season in 2019. So here he is, now in the playoffs for the third time. Unfortunately, his team 0-2 so far. Both times the team was favored. He wants to get that first win, and hopefully the first of many towards the Super Bowl title.
Bud Dupree, a former first-round pick, in on the stop.
A gain of 4. It's now second and
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
The tackle made by Devin Bush. It's a gain of 2.
This time Jackson will throw it. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Jackson's pass.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. $40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. To sneak into the playoffs as a 6th seed, so it's a tough road ahead. They know that. They would need to win 3 games on the road in January, but hey, here's the bottom line. There's 18 other teams that wouldn't mind being in this spot right about now.
Yeah, and you had to stick it to them, didn't you? Those 18 who are sitting at home right now. But
and he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Malik Harrison. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. A collegiate star in nearby Maryland. This is Anthony McFarland. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Ball carrier. The tackle made at the 24-yard line. It's a gain of 4. And it's
now Ben on 3rd and long. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Now this offense about ready to take over again. And they come in as the 3 seed in this, very likely the last home game of the season for them, even if they win this ball game. But while they would have loved that top spot and the bye that goes with it, they're still in a pretty good position.
Well, they certainly are. And let's face it, every team knows if they want to get to the Super Bowl, they're going to have to earn it. And even if you get the #1 seed, you know you have to win 2 games against teams. They're going to be riding high after big playoff wins coming at you.
He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, Jackson. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
He was covered by Steven Nelson.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. He'll go underneath, dropping it off to Edwards. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking first down.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup.
Jackson going to tuck it down on the option.
Jackson on the keeper.
Well, that's what he can do when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop it.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
An option handoff here to Dobbins. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. And now Jackson will look to throw it. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Tyson Alualu busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double teamed and sometimes triple teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long, setting up the screen here to Edwards. And he gets this only to the 41, not near enough for the first. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt.
It's the score. Ravens 3, Steelers nothing.
These kickers now... It's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays.
And he lost the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys are going to take over at
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 37. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Derek Wolfe there on the stop. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 30.
Play action. It's Roethlisberger. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On 1st down, it's Roethlisberger. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
Vance McDonald.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. They'll run with Snell. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it. And occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield. They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Oh, and after the sack, he's still down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. That's into the hands of his running back, McFarland. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now, as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. And he's getting a workout here in this 1st quarter as he gets it away. And this is a beauty as that ball's going to angle out at the 6-yard line. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Steelers nothing.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a 1st down, too. Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the 1st half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
A Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Gus Edwards, the one he was looking for. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Operating from the gun, Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Here's Sam Cook now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. We focus our attention now on the quarterback, Ben Roethlisberger. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. And he's going to use his legs here. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
34-yard line. Brings up 2nd down.
They go play action now. Roethlisberger. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
Roethlisberger's pass.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it, and oftentimes knock it away.
The Ravens take over first.
The football back over to Baltimore and J.K. Dobbins. It's the 2nd quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series so those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson, quick slant to Brown. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 30.
Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. The Ravens on 30.
Every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
It's so educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. Ball carrier. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
And the Steelers
out of the gun. It's Roethlisberger. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Tyus Bowser. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Play action. Now Roethlisberger. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. The Steelers on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Jalen Ferguson gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. Here's Dustin Colquitt now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. You'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. 12 yards there and a first down.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the 2nd round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football in the backfield? To be able to get him in the 2nd round, that's what I call a steal.
An option handoff here to Dobbins. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 10 more there and another first down.
And they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Let's face it, that's just a helpless feeling for a running back there. He's looking up to find a hole, and all he finds is a whole lot of ticked-off linebacker.
On 2nd down, it's Edwards. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder coming up at the half, as we've done all year. We'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin on the road to Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta. The Steeler defense locked in, forcing an upcoming 4th down. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. And he goes out right around the 39. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. I know when you got a top tight end like this, you want to get him involved, but when you do, you're hoping for more than that.
You certainly are. You've got to try and get him some space where he can make a play downfield, or at least an opportunity for some rack yardage, right? That run after catch.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. That one a first down pickup of 8. To throw again is Roethlisberger. That's complete. It's Anthony McFarland. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Now Roethlisberger on first down. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
8-yard pickup.
Ben to throw again. That's complete right around the 8. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. That was signaling a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
For the field goal, a 39-yard attempt.
And Boswell's kick is good. And they are on the board.
3.
So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, guys, thanks very much. The playoffs are underway. The first of 4 games this weekend. We'll get back out to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's remind everyone what we have to look forward to in tomorrow's action in the AFC. We've got the 4-5 matchup on tap, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns matching up against the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, in our game, just a field goal separates these two sides at the break. One will go on to the divisional round, one will go home. To find out who it is, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option.
J.K. Dobbins, the ball carrier.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
When you're lateral to the line of scrimmage, linebackers keep those shoulders square so they can go up and down. But when it's time to go, turn your shoulders just like a running back. Get through the line and hit the runner in the backfield.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. To throw is Jackson. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the first down. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
Here's Sam Cook now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
On 2nd down, it's Snell. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
Benny Snell, the ball carrier.
So they come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
It's a gain of 3. And
from the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And hitting Juju on the slant. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Down Pittsburgh.
They run the counter. Snell, and he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It was Matt Judon that time who worked his way in to blow that play up.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Roethlisberger. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different colored jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
At the 30.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, Jackson. And he's got Snead. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a 1st and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now 1st and goal, expect them to tackle right here on this play.
Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal. And Jackson throwing once more. Being chased out left. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time, they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
And it's up and good to make the score 13-3. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's finished off by a touchdown run from J.K. Dobbins. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. They're in a 13-3 hole here now as they come up on first down. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Johnson was the intended receiver. Second and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. Completion here to Claypool. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Trying to run for it with Snell. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38. Now Roethlisberger to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play, because that's been an issue for them in this game. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. 22 yards there, a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good, and it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10. From the gun, this will be McFarland. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Tackle made at the 38-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up second and 8.
From the 38, Roethlisberger. He'll get this one to McFarland out of the backfield.
Pass complete to Anthony McFarland.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
A gain of 8 and a first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Line of scrimmage. It's second down. Third quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's second and 10. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third.
McPhee on the tackle. It's a gain of 6.
To throw here, Roethlisberger. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up fourth down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Ravens 13, Steelers 6.
So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That was about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
From the gun, Jackson. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there. You know, Lamar Jackson last season, the first NFL quarterback with 3,000 or more passing yards and 1,000 or more rushing yards in the same season.
And we see both of those talents on display here today. We just saw another completed pass. And everyone knew coming out of college he could run the ball. But for some reason, we didn't analyze it throwing the way we should have. And I think every time he completes a pass, he says to himself, take that, evaluators. You guys really missed the boat on me.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Over the middle here to Brown. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
He was taken down at the 22-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up
from the gun, they go to Edwards. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
With the give.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. And once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
On 3rd down, here's Dobbins. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that one makes this a 10-point game at 16-6.
Ravens 16. Steelers 6.
So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a 2-score game. His 3rd field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the 4th as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he takes it all the way up to the 47. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now Roethlisberger. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Right back to him for 10 more and a first.
First down.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Pittsburgh.
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Derek Wolfe able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his third sack of the afternoon.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Another try after the first down sack. Roethlisberger able to hit his target, Claypool.
Roethlisberger's pass.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19.
A big gain on the play.
But Roethlisberger now to throw on third down. And that will be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
Boswell's kick is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game.
Ravens 16, Steelers 9.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
And here now the offense heading back out there. And right now they're just looking for a little more cushion, trying to make this a 2-score game. Points here would go a long way, obviously, to propelling them into the next round.
And this is where the head coach, offensive coordinator, they've had to set a tone all year long about what they do on offense. So most teams want to stay in attack mode, but you have to do it with some bit of caution, don't you? Because you can't come away with no points. You need these points here in order to feel a lot better about where they are in this game.
But this time of the year, playoffs, game of this magnitude, this is what we hope for.
Yeah, it's exactly what we hope for. You want to run your offense cautiously, but not so cautiously that you just give it up.
So a good spin move there before he's taken down. A nice little gain. The Ravens on third down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. They're looking at third and a few inches. Jackson now. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Jackson on target to Brown for a Ravens first down. Here's Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Bud Dupree, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Out of the gun, they give to Edwards. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
Tyson Alu on the stop. That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 14.
Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. Buying time to his left. And a nice job there defensively to contain him and get him to the ground a few yards short of the first down marker.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10. at their own 30.
The Steelers ready for their next possession. They trail by a touchdown here in the fourth quarter. Their season, to be frank, it's on the line right now in this wild card matchup. And obviously points are a must here as they begin 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. That's into the hands of his running back, McFarland. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 44-yard
To
line.
throw again on 2nd down. Roethlisberger over the middle. That's caught by Claypool.
Pass complete to Chase Claypool. A gain of 5. And the Steeler 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 42-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Roethlisberger, open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster.
Complete to Juju Smith-Schuster. A 5-yard gain on the play.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. To throw again is Roethlisberger. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Down Pittsburgh.
Again, it's Roethlisberger. His throw caught right around the 6. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
Goal, Pittsburgh.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Here's Snell, and he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Carrier brought down at the 2-yard line. A pickup of 2.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Now here's Snell. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Deontay Johnson there to make the grab. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. In this 4th quarter. Taken in at the 3. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
23-yard line.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And he'll be taken down by the face mask, it appeared. And yes, out come the flags.
Defense,
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they're marching off another 15 against your squad.
Jackson to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. To try again after the sack. Jackson. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. On is the punter Cook, who sends it away. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They'd like to avoid overtime here, so maybe they can work the sidelines, but then defensively, how do they adjust to that if they do work the sideline?
It's the old leverage game, and we usually talk about leverage at the line of scrimmage, right? Who's going to win with the low blocking and everything that goes along with that. But in this case, you're trying as a defender to leverage them towards the middle of the field, not let them get to the sidelines and try and tackle them inbounds in order to run the clock out.
Chess match here late. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
15-yard line. A gain of 13 yards. And a Steeler first down.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor.
60 minutes, just not enough some days to decide who's going to win the game.
Overtime in a playoff game, awesome setup. Remember, the rules the same as they would be in the regular season.
That's exactly right, Brandon. Remember, the receiving team, if they score a touchdown, game is over. But if they kick a field goal or don't score, the other team gets a chance to get the football. They get a possession. If they go down and score, they win the football game at that point. If both teams kick field goals, we keep playing. If a defense scores, let's say the receiving team gets the ball, doesn't score, or they throw a pick six or fumble, gets picked up, the defense scores, game over. But here's the best part. In the regular season, only one period is played. We can call it a tie. Here, we're going to play until we have a winner.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Matt Judon. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. He dumps this off underneath to McFarland. And they'll get him down here at the 23. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down. The defense does its job. Now they're going to get the ball here in overtime with a chance to win it.
Major league kudos to them, because to get the ball back in this spot, everything was on them. It had to happen, and they pulled it off. They'll get it back for their offense with a chance to win.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now, on for a very important punt here in overtime. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to him, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. Excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Part 1 is done, now part 2.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Another run here with Dobbins. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Only a yard on the pickup, and now they've got a 3rd down and 8.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Now what can Jackson do here in overtime? Flush to his right. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
Oh, Lamar Jackson just so electric, Charles, when he gets into open space, and we saw Exhibit A right there.
You know something? I'm standing up here in the booth next to you watching the play. He buckled my ankles on that one as well. It doesn't matter whether you're actually on the field trying to chase him or you're just watching him play. This guy is sheer excitement.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And now Jackson will look to throw it. He'll get this to Edwards out of the backfield. It's a gain of 5, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Steelers' 28-yard line.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Brown.
Jackson's pass.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
On 3rd and short, they'll try option left. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him, bringing up 4th down.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. So we'll take a break with them and be right back. So here comes Justin Tucker in a big spot. This from 44 yards away. And the kick is good. He got it. And it's official now. They're going to the playoffs.
19. Steelers 16.
And a wild card win moves them on to the divisional round.
Everyone plays all year long for the right to get into the tournament, as they like to call it. Wild card, divisional, doesn't matter to them. One moves on, one goes home.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens are victorious here as we say so long from Baltimore.